cluttered in my hand, a talisman to rewrite the game. Though tradition holds us, only will and thought, a tool of power by belief, it's wrought.
All right, ready to unlock your inner magician. Today we're going to dive deep into Chaos Magic Talismans.
Yeah, it's like DIY magic, where you make objects infused with your own energy, and intentions to make things happen.
It's kind of like we're hacking magic, right?
Yeah.
No dusty old spell books.
Exactly. It's all about personal experimentation, finding what works, for you, and using your own beliefs to shape these powerful tools.
So like, no secret societies, just you, your creativity and willpower.
Precisely. Taking control of your magical practice, tailoring it, to your unique needs and goals.
So many possibilities. But before we get ahead of ourselves, can you break down what a talisman is in chaos magic?
Think of it as a physical object. Anything from a piece of wood to a pendant, that's been charged with magical energy to achieve a purpose. It's like a battery, but instead of electricity, it radiates the intention you've put into it.
So not those like mass-produced lucky charms you find at a souvenir shop. These are objects with real personalized power.
Exactly. And chaos magic takes it further by emphasizing the individual's belief system, like the driving force behind the talisman's power. You're not following a recipe, you're shaping the energy with your will and intention.
I'm hooked. So how do we create this power? What's that secret sauce that makes a chaos magic talisman tick?
The heart of it is the sigil, a symbol that acts like a magical fingerprint for your desire. It's like compressing your intention into a code that resonates with your subconscious.
Sigils. They've always seemed so mysterious and powerful. Is there like a method for creating one?
There is. It's surprisingly simple. Let's say you want to attract a rare gift. First, you write out your intention, I will receive a rare gift. Then you get rid of repeating letters, leaving you with WLRCBVGT. Then you take those letters and creatively make them into a symbol.
Turning your desire into a magic puzzle piece that only your subconscious can unlock. But I'm curious, how is a sigil and a talisman different from general chaos magic?
That's a great question. In general chaos magic, a sigil is charged with emotion, or through altered states of consciousness and then destroyed, releasing energy to manifest the intention. But with talismans, the sigil is etched into the object, allowing for continuous influence, not a one-time blast.
Ah, like a slow and steady stream of magic. So we've got our sigil, but what about the actual talisman? What materials do we use? I'm picturing myself in a magical workshop with all sorts of ingredients.
It's choosing the right vessel for your intention. Each material has its own properties. Let's start with wax. It's easy to get, absorbs energy, and is really versatile, perfect for beginners.
Wax, interesting. A blank canvas for our magical desires. What other materials might we find in this workshop?
Well, if you're looking for a grounding energy, wood is a great choice. It connects to the natural world and works really well for intentions related to health, growth, abundance.
Wood for abundance. But what about something with a bit more, oomph? Something for those who like their magic a bit mysterious.
Then you might be drawn to clay. It carries a potent, earthy energy, often associated with protection, binding, and even, banishing negative influences.
Ooh, clay for some magical defense. Okay, what about metal? Metal talismans always seem so ancient and powerful, like imbued with centuries of magic.
You're right. Metal has a long history in talismanic magic. Each type has its own energy signature and can be linked to planetary influences. The only downside is that some metals, like gold or silver, can get a bit pricey.
Makes sense. So we've got options from simple wax to precious metals, but there's also sympathetic magic. That can add another layer of potency to our talismans. Can you tell us more?
Of course. Sympathetic magic is based on the principle like attracts like. You boost the talisman's power by including elements that resonate with your intention. Imagine a musician wanting to be more creative. They might put a guitar string into a wax talisman, creating a link between the object and their artistic goals.
Cool.
Hi people, next week we will have videos continuously about Chaos Magic. So if you like Chaos Magic and you want some reference about some books, good books, I will show in the next 3 3 days in this week, okay? I just telling you because you're watching here the
Chaos Magic time.
Giving the talisman an extra nudge. So I've chosen my material, made my sigil, and maybe even added some sympathetic elements. Am I ready to use this magic, or is there more?
Hold on. We've built it, but it needs a spark of life. The talisman needs to be charged with your energy, like awakening its potential.
The charging process.
Yeah.
This is where it comes to life, right? Tell me how to unleash this magic.
The charging process is a ritual where
Wow.
you put your energy into the talisman. It needs structure, a beginning, middle, and end to, contain your intention. It also needs a dedicated space free from distractions where you can do the ritual. You might even set up an altar with objects that are meaningful to you.
Okay, setting the stage. But what about the energy transfer? How do we actually make that happen?
The key is to reach an altered state of consciousness where you can, channel your energy into the talisman. It's not about seeing energy, but shifting your focus inwards and connecting with your power. You can use tools like colored lamps, rhythmic music, or even incense to reach this state.
I'm already feeling the energy, so I'm in colored light, maybe some music, and I'm holding my talisman. How do I know when I've charged it? What should I feel?
It's not always dramatic. Sometimes it's warmth, a tingling, or a connection with the talisman. The more you practice, the more you'll feel these energy shifts. Trust me, even if you don't experience, fireworks, the focus you're putting into the talisman is working.
Reassuring.
Yeah.
So we've chosen our materials, crafted our sigil, created a space, and charged it with intention. It's like we've given it life.
Magia.
What's next? How do we put this power to work?
Depends on your goal. Are you trying to influence a specific location or create a general aura of power around you?
Good questions. I'm leaning towards personal power, but I'm curious about both.
If you're aiming to influence a location, you might bury the talisman nearby, making sure it won't be disturbed. Imagine burying a talisman for prosperity near your work or one for family harmony, at your home.
Makes sense. What if I want a personal power boost? Where does it go then?
For personal empowerment, protection, or a boost in a specific area of your life, it's best to keep the talisman close to your body, carry it in your pocket, wear it, or keep it in your purse or wallet. The key is to stay connected to its energy.
So it's an extension of your energy field, working constantly. I like that. But are there other ways to use talismans besides these? Can we get creative?
Absolutely. Talismans can be really versatile. You can use them to amplify other workings, like the pentacle in Wiccan or ceremonial magic. Imagine creating a talisman for this purpose, charged with your own magical energy, to empower your rituals and spells.
Wait, a personal magical signature. Tell me more about this. What is that exactly?
Think of it as your magical identity, your strengths and aspirations put into one symbol. A talisman with this becomes like a battery pack, amplifying your abilities and focusing energy during rituals. A fascinating thing to, explore.
Taking things to a whole new level. Feels like we're just scratching the surface. Anything else we should consider?
One more thing. Evocations in talisman creation.
Evocations. Now we're getting serious. This is where we call upon spirits to help us, right?
Exactly. There are two ways to include evocations. You could create a talisman based on a spirit sigil. For example, a talisman for love might use the sigil of Hagith, a spirit of Venus. Or you could ask a spirit to help charge the talisman during, an evocation.
Like inviting a powerful ally to the party. Adds a whole new dimension. But with all this talk about energy, is there ever a need to, uninfuse them? What happens when a talisman has served its purpose or its energy isn't beneficial anymore?
That's crucial. Not all talismans need to be destroyed. Some fade as their purpose is fulfilled. But if you feel it's become harmful or you just want to retire it, a ritual dismantling is best.
So not just tossing it in the trash. There's a right way to say goodbye.
Precisely. Visualize the energy coming back to you before you take the talisman apart. Imagine it flowing back into your body, leaving the talisman neutral. Then you can, get rid of the object in a respectful way, whether that's burying it, burning it, or whatever feels right.
Makes sense. Honoring the energy and closing the loop. This has been incredible. We've explored the core of Chaos Magic talismans, from making sigils to choosing materials, charging them, and even saying goodbye. But there's still so much more.
You're right. We've just started to explore. But before we go on, I want to leave you with this. Imagine you've made a talisman for success, using everything we've talked about. Where would you put it for the most impact? Your work, your home office, somewhere totally unexpected. The possibilities are endless. only limited by your imagination and intention.
Great question. It really highlights what we've been saying. Chaos magic is all about you. There's no one way to do it. The most powerful magic comes from within.
Yeah, it's about, taking those basic ideas and making them into something that feels right for you.
I love that. It's like we're given magical tools and we're told to just play and experiment, find our own style.
Exactly. And speaking of tools and techniques, let's talk more about making talismans. We've covered materials and sigils, but what about the actual crafting? Where do we even start?
Okay, master craftsperson, lead the way. Let's say we're starting simple, like with a wax talisman. What's the process?
Wax is great to start with because it's, so versatile. First, you need a mold, a simple Tupperware container. Something shallow with a flat bottom will work.
All right, got my Tupperware. What's next?
Next, get some clear wax. Gulf wax, the kind for canning, works perfectly.
Check. Gulf wax ready to go. I feel like a magical alchemist. What do I do with this wax?
You'll have to melt it down on the stovetop. Be careful. Use a pot just for this. Wax can be hard to clean.
Good tip. Safety first, even with magic. So I've got melted wax. Now what?
Now the fun part, adding color. You can use food coloring or even watercolor paint to tint the wax, and match it to your intention.
So this is where those astrological color correspondences come in, like yellow for the sun to boost leadership, or green for Venus to attract love.
Exactly. Trust your gut. If a color feels right for what you want, go for it.
I'm picturing my Tupperware full of colorful melted wax ready to soak up my desires. What happens next?
Now you add anything extra that, fits your intention, like the musician with the guitar string. This is where you add those sympathetic touches.
So like if I was making a talisman for writing, I might add a pen nib or a drop of ink.
Exactly. Be creative. Once you've added your touches, carefully pour the wax into your mold and let it cool and harden. Then, with a sharp tool, you etch your sigil onto the wax.
Etching the sigil feels so powerful, like I'm carving my intention into it.
It is powerful putting that energy into the talisman. To make it stand out, you can fill the lines with ink or paint.
This makes me think about other materials. Is it similar for, like, wood or clay?
The basics are the same, but the techniques, change a bit. With wood, you could use a wood-burning tool to etch your sigil. Makes a nice permanent mark.
Ooh, I love that smell. Burning wood already feels magical.
It does, doesn't it? And for clay, you would shape and mold the clay. Add any elements and etch your sigil before it hardens. Then you can paint or decorate it however you like.
Okay, so we've got wax, wood, and clay. What about metal? Working with metal seems like a whole other thing.
You're right. Metalwork can be tricky. If you're drawn to metal talismans, try techniques like engraving, etching, or even metal stamping. These let you create designs and symbols on the metal.
So maybe we need to call in a magical blacksmith.
Maybe. Or you could just, learn it yourself. There are lots of resources out there.
This is inspiring me to learn all kinds of things. But let's talk about energy work again. We talked about charging talismans, but I want to know more about reaching those altered states of consciousness. You mentioned colored lamps and music, but what else works?
There are so many techniques. It's about finding what works for you. Some people find rhythmic breathing or drumming helpful. Others use visualization, imagining energy flowing into the talisman.
It's about finding what fits your energy. What if someone has trouble quieting their mind and focusing? Any advice?
That's common, especially these days. Focus on your breath. As you breathe in, picture drawing energy from the earth. As you breathe out, imagine that energy going into the talisman, carrying your intention.
Great visualization.
Yeah.
Feels very grounded, connected to the earth.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to, experiment. Try things out, combine them, see what feels right for you. Chaos magic is all about personal power and finding your own way.
I'm sensing a theme here. Embrace the chaos, follow your intuition, let the magic happen.
You got it. And speaking of magic, let's talk about planetary energies.
Planetary energies. This is where astrology and magic come together, right? Give me that crash course in planetary magic.
Each planet has its own, energies and qualities that we can use. By aligning our talisman with a planet, we can make it even more powerful and specific.
Okay, give me some examples. How can we use these planetary energies to, boost our talismans?
Let's start with the sun. It's all about vitality, leadership, willpower. A sun talisman may be made from gold or yellow wax, could be used for confidence, success, or personal power.
So if I had a job interview or a big presentation, a sun talisman would be my secret weapon.
Exactly. It's like having a piece of the sun's energy with you. Now, the moon, it's all about, intuition, emotions, the subconscious. A moon talisman, maybe silver or white wax, could be used for psychic abilities, sleep, or connecting with your inner wisdom.
The moon for intuition. I could see myself meditating with a moon talisman to get my creative juices flowing.
Powerful combination. And remember, these are just two examples. Mercury, for instance, is about communication, intellect, travel. A Mercury talisman might be used to communicate better, find new opportunities, or have smooth trips.
Fascinating. So we got the sun for power, moon for intuition, Mercury for communication. What about Venus? It's love and beauty, right?
Yeah.
What kind of magic can we do with Venus?
You're right. Venus is all about attraction, harmony, creativity. A Venus talisman, maybe copper or green wax, could be used to attract love, enhance beauty, or make relationships more harmonious.
Okay, definitely making a Venus talisman for my next date night.
Nice. Yeah.
What about Mars? It feels more, intense and fiery.
Mars is action, courage, physical energy. A Mars talisman, maybe iron or red wax, could be used to boost strength, face challenges, or power through workouts.
So if I need to get to the gym or stand up for myself, Mars is my go-to.
Precisely. And don't forget Jupiter, the planet of expansion, abundance, good luck. A Jupiter talisman made from tin or blue wax might attract wealth, growth, or just bring good luck.
Jupiter for abundance, feeling lucky already. What about the last planet, Saturn? It's got a reputation for being the strict teacher of the zodiac.
Saturn can be serious, but its energy is valuable. It's about structure, discipline, boundaries. A Saturn talisman, maybe lead or black wax, might be used to focus better, set limits, or, let go of old patterns.
Wow, planetary magic is amazing. You've got a whole cosmic toolbox.
And you can even combine planetary energies for, even more powerful talismans. For example, a talisman for creative success might use the sun's vitality and Mercury's communication. Or a talisman for peace at home could use the moon's calm and Venus's harmony.
My head is spinning. It's amazing how we can personalize these talismans, to fit our needs and goals, even using the energy of the planets.
It's chaos magic. It's about constantly exploring, finding what works for you, and always growing.
I love that.
Greetings, everyone. I need to ask for your understanding, because making one video in English and another in Portuguese every day is very complicated, especially because the power is very unstable here where I am in Campos do Jordão. Given this situation, I am forced to make only one video a day, Monday, Wednesday and Saturday in English, while on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays I will make them in Portuguese. I am sorry that I cannot offer the same videos more consistently, but the simultaneous execution of other projects require this, and I cannot handle everything at the same time alone. If this bothers you, leave your comments below so that I can find another alternative that may be more interesting for everyone. After all, it seems that it is unfeasible, even for you viewers, to see a different video every day, given the increasing drop in views, the more I insist on making one video a day. Well, the most important thing is for you to give your opinion in the comments, knowing that next Monday the videos in Portuguese will start a new cycle, leaving the sequence of videos of works related to the Necronomicon. Hugs. Bye.
As we go into the last part of our deep dive, I want to explore some more, advanced techniques and applications. What other secrets does this magical world have?
One area is, talismanic families.
Talismanic families. Okay, now I'm really intrigued. What's that about?
Imagine making a bunch of talismans that work together, each one focused on a different part of a bigger goal. Let's say you want financial abundance. You could make one talisman to attract new opportunities, another to make you more confident about money, and a third to protect what you already have.
So it's like a magical support system, a team of talismans all working together to help you reach a big goal.
Exactly. And each one can be made with, materials, colors, even planetary energies that match its specific job. You could have a Jupiter talisman for growth, a Mercury talisman for communication, networking, and a Saturn talisman for, being responsible with your money, all working together to bring you abundance.
That's a really smart strategy. It's like magic, but holistic, bringing together different energies to like weave a tapestry of intention.
Precisely. And you can do this for anything: health, relationships, spiritual growth, you name it.
This makes me think about, personalizing talismans to match our own magical style. For example, if someone's into herbalism, could they use herbs and plants when they're making their talisman?
Absolutely. Chaos magic is all about, what works for you. If you feel connected to plants, you can totally put that energy into your talismans. You could add dried herbs, essential oils, or even tiny crystals to the wax or clay, or carve your sigil into a piece of wood from a special tree.
I love that. It's like we're blending different magical traditions, right? Creating a system that's totally unique to us.
And that's what makes it so powerful. It's not about strict rules. It's about trusting yourself, being creative, and finding a practice that really speaks to you.
I love that. So we've talked about materials, planetary energies, even mixing in other magical traditions. What other advanced techniques are there for those who want to take their talisman magic to the next level?
One that I find really interesting is using sound and vibration. Sound is powerful, and we can use it to, make our talismans even stronger.
Sound and vibration. Okay, I'm listening.
Imagine chanting or playing a certain note while you're charging your talisman, or even making a special soundscape that matches your intention. You can use singing bowls, bells, tuning forks, or even your own voice to put those vibrations into the talisman.
That's amazing. It's like we're using all these different energies, right? Creating a symphony of intention.
Exactly. This is especially powerful with planetary energies. Each planet has its own frequency or note, and you can use those sounds when you're making your talisman to connect it even more to the planet's energy.
Wow, this is blowing my mind. I'm already thinking of all the sounds and music I could use. But before we get too carried away, let's talk about ethics, something that's super important for any kind of magic.
You're right. Ethics are essential, especially when we're working with magic that can, affect ourselves and the world. With talismans, it's important to remember that we're not trying to control other people. We want to create good change for everyone.
So we use our power responsibly. And think about what might happen because of what we do. What are some things we should keep in mind when we're making and using talismans?
First, always ask before making a talisman for someone else. Even if you mean well, you have to respect their freedom. Second, think about the ripple effects. Everything we do, magic or not, has consequences. We need to think about the impact of our intentions.
Right, like the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Little things can cause big changes, so we have to be careful.
Exactly. And last, remember that talismans are tools, not instant solutions.
Right.
They can help our intentions and support our work, but we still have to, put in the effort. Magic doesn't do everything for us.
That's a great reminder. We have to take responsibility for our own lives.
Well said. So as we finish our deep dive into Chaos Magic Talismans, I want to leave you with this. This is just the start. The cool thing about Chaos Magic is that it encourages you to, keep asking questions, keep experimenting, keep growing. Don't be afraid to try new things, break the rules, and find what works for you.
That's such a great message. It reminds us that magic is alive, it's always changing, and we can all use it to make our lives and the world better. So to everyone listening, go out there, make your own magic, and never stop exploring.
Blame a talisman to rewrite the game. No tradition holds us, only will and thought. A tool of power by belief it's wrought. Materials chosen, energies flow. Create your seal, let the magic grow. Infused with intention, feel it burn. In the heart of chaos, we return. Chaos magic in my hand, a talisman to shift the sand. Breathe life into the seal I make. In the storm, my world I'll break.